Get him, Ross.
My human resources guy, I had one of my employees on back shift on Wednesday morning. I went in early to the warehouse, and this one guy's a problem guy, but he was doing work with the day shift guy at the computer, and then I was looking in the warehouse, and they had left a bunch of shit in there, so I was like pulling some of this stuff out, and then he got on this train, and I said, Steven, I said, what's this for? Well, they told me to pull those out and somebody will get them. I said, you're that somebody, so get the forklift and pick these up, you know. And then I go back to where he was at, and this other guy, who's fairly new, he's like 4 months, 5 months. I'm looking at him, it's 20 minutes to 7 in the morning. I'm looking, he's sitting at the damn desk, he's on fucking phone. And he told me, Tony, what the hell are you doing? I said, look at the time. I said, put the freaking phone down, you can be fired for that. I said, get up, go help Steven. So then they're hauling this shit to this trash area, and I'm following them, and there's this tugger cart, and we put material on it. There's all these boxes. I said, Steven, what's that? I've got that for day shift to get them ahead. I said, put it on the shelf where it's supposed to go. Don't yell at me. I said, I'm not yelling at you. Yes, you are yelling at me. I said, Steven, put it on the shelf. Don't you yell at me. I said, you know what? Both you guys, come with me up to the office. I said, you're getting written up for the phone. I wasn't going to write him up. I said, you're getting written up for his insubordination, because this guy does this to everybody, right? So I walk up, and my day shift coach had come in. I said, Frank, come up with me. We're going up to see Lowell, and Lowell's the back shift coach. So I walk into his office. I said, Lowell, I said, I need you to write Tony up for using his phone during work hours, and write Steven up for insubordination. What'd you do, Steven? He's yelling. I said, you know what? I'll bring in human resources. You write him up. I'll bring him up human resources. And I walk in, and he's still bitching. I said, you know, anybody ever tell you you're not supposed to yell at your boss? You know? So I'm walking, I walk right by the main union guy, and he's following me going to human resources. And then he shut his ass up. And Mike says, what happened? I told him, and he said, anybody see it? I said, Tony's seen it. He said, write me up a letter. Steven, you're suspended. Go home. So then, Thursday? Afternoon, the human resources guy comes up to me, and he says, hey, I put an EPR to get you another person. I fired Steven today. And then all the other workers, you fired Steven? I said, nah, I didn't fire Steven, but Mike did. And they said, man, that's the best thing you've ever done. The guy was an idiot. And actually, he was a good worker. He knew the shit. He learned the stuff. But he was just like the anti-establishment dude, you know. He's telling everybody else, he's trying to get other people to do his work, but then telling everybody else, they make all the money on day shift, we're not going to do shit, you know, shit like that, you know.
We got this kid, he works for me. He's a rank below me. He came here right out of A school, and we're in main propulsion, so we're in charge of taking on fuel, you know, like fuel trucks. The other day we took on like 18,000 gallons of fuel. Well, everyone has, you know, a station that they're supposed to be at. We're all got a radio, and we're all communicating with each other and stuff. But his station was at the truck. He was supposed to tell us when the guys were ready to start pumping into our shift, and when it was running, when they stopped, when they had to shift tanks on the trailer or whatever. And he called and like, all right, you know, they're ready, you know, whatever. I'm like, okay. And we're waiting on, you know, for him to give us a call, you know, hey, you know, pump's running. My chief calls him up and he's like, hey, you know, what's the deal? And he calls over and says, he's like, oh, the truck's running. I'm like, okay. So, you know, we're watching the tank levels on the screen, and nothing's changing at all. And they start sounding tanks, making me thinking maybe one of those, you know, TLI, the tank level indicators are bad. It's not showing, you know, fuel coming into the ship. So they're sounding, you know, sounding tubes all throughout the shit, no fuel's coming on. Check fuel lines. Chief walks over to the truck and asks one of the guy that's working the trailer and the pump and everything. He's like, you guys pumping?
Get him right.
He's like, nah, we're waiting on the word
Get him
to
right.
start the pump. He called saying the truck was running, like the truck was idling. And it's not the first time that this kid is just...
Totally missed it.
Gosh, man.
We got this guy, Carlos.